Well, guys, I hope you guys can hear me because it's telling me that I'm live. So if you guys can see me and hear me, it's okay. Just send me a quick text so I know that I'm live. Can you guys hear me? Let me just activate chat. Can everyone see me? Hopefully you guys can see and hear me. But guys, I am extremely excited about what's going on tonight. If you guys are in the business already, I hope that you guys have got your prospects on this webinar, because the information I'm going to share with you tonight is literally going to change people's lives if they choose to take it on board. So I really hope that you guys who are on the webinar, that I can see there's a bunch of people on the webinar already, but if you guys are on the webinar, I hope that you guys have got your guests all ready and waiting to hear what we've got to say, because I'm going to take you through the company information that has literally been changing people's lives for the last 26 years, and I'll share my story with you a little bit later. But I'm going to get started and get into the screen share fairly quickly because I'm very mindful of the time that I have with you guys tonight. And so let me just get the screen share going, and we're going to get started into this presentation. So guys, hopefully everybody can see the screen okay. I'm going to be talking about tonight, I'm going to be talking about Relive International. Relive International is a 26-year-old company, literally been changing people's lives for that time. And to be quite honest, it is my pleasure to be able to share this information with you tonight, because this is information that I saw 7 years ago, sorry, and I really haven't looked back ever since. And so the company is helping people answer certain questions like, how can I enjoy optimal health? How can I be my own boss? Maybe you're at a stage of life where you're sick and tired of always somebody else telling you what you're going to achieve or what you're going to make and so forth. And you want to take control of your life. And now you're at the stage where you want to look for something different. Well, being your own boss is a very good alternative to getting a check at the end of every month that somebody tells you they're going to give you. Or maybe you want to improve the quality of your life or spend the life of your time as you choose, or secure your family's future, live the lifestyle of your dreams. I mean, you may be able to relate to one or more of these questions that you are seeing on the screen at the moment. But we truly do believe in Relive that we have an answer, not just for better health, but also for better finances as well. Now, the company was driven by a mission started by this gentleman with the white hair. His name is Dr. Theodore Kalogris. He was the longest funded microbiologist in the World Health Organization. He was also the longest serving member in the World Council of Nutrition. He was a hematologist who studied the human cell in order to understand what the human body needed to recreate healthy cells. And he went away to develop a balance of food for himself because he was in a wheelchair that the doctor said he would not be able to come out of. Now, his journey took him over 10 years, over 850 separate trial formulations of different balances of food, before he was able to come up with a balance that when he did take it himself, over a period of time, his body was actually empowered enough to the extent that he was able to leave that wheelchair. You see, that is the foundation of the company. That is where this company has its whole momentum from. That is the focus of the company, based on Dr. Theodore, to nourish our world. That is the mission statement of the company. Very simple mission statement, but a very powerful one. Now, in Dr. Theodore's memory, we have a foundation called the Kalogris Foundation, which is a charitable arm of the company. We are feeding over 42,000 children every single day in over 270 feeding centers, and that's spanning over 9 countries. It's a massive, massive contribution to what we do. I mean, to date, we have given over $35 million worth of product into that foundation, and 98% of our donations actually go into those feeding centers. So it's not like many charities where the large majority of the money goes into administration. No, no, no. The company takes care of that, and 97% of all donations go into those feeding centers. Now, how Dr. Theodore got the company going was he met Bob and Sandy Montgomery. Bob was a seasoned businessman. He was a multi-millionaire. He built his business within the insurance industry, and so he had a lot of money, but he didn't have a lot of health. He had many health problems within him and also his family. And he met Dr. Theodore at a health workshop or health summit, heard about what Dr. Theodore had created, and started taking his product. He actually gave it to his family, and all the family were on the product for about 5 years, getting really good results. But within that time, Bob had actually been diagnosed with a brain tumor. It got to the stage where it needed to be removed. It wasn't cancerous, it was benign, but it had to be removed. Now, the doctor said it was going to be a very long, drawn out process in regards to his recovery. But when he did have the operation, he recovered fairly quickly. And he attributed his fast recovery to the fact that over the last 5 years, his body had been prepared using Dr. Theodore's formula. So he got extremely excited about what had happened to him. He approached Dr. Theodore and asked him if he would allow him to build a company based around his product. And so they came together, they decided on a distribution model to use, and the company was founded in 1988. So this company began with a product. The product was already having an impact on people way before it really was ever formed as a company. Now, Bob has led the company for the last 25 years, but he's recently passed the presidency to his son, Ryan, who's now going to lead the company through to the next 25 years. So the next generation is taking over. Bob is still the CEO, but Ryan is now the president. And Ryan has got a lot of the qualities that his father has. And what that does, it gives us a lot of reassurance to know that our business is stable moving forward with a stable company that's going to be here 10, 20, 30 plus years down the line. Now, Bob Montgomery lived his life by a mandate which says, if you can help enough people get what they want in life, then you will get what you want in life. And that's what caused him to decide on the distribution model that we decided to use, which is known as network marketing or direct selling. And also, it really has impacted people in many different ways, because Bob saw how in the US, both parents had to go to work because of the financial constraints on the household, and the children were being brought up by the daycare system. But he wanted to bring about a scenario where if they chose to, parents could be at home, bringing up their own children and building a business around them as well. So this is why he decided to use the distribution model that we use. And to hear the integrity of the man himself, listen to Bob Montgomery speak.
Hello, I'm glad you've taken this opportunity to learn more about Reliv. When my wife Sandy and I first met Dr. Theodore Kalogris, we were not looking to start a business. But after we experienced such remarkable health results with the nutritional formula that Dr. Ted had created, we knew that we had to share this discovery with the rest of the world. We sat down at our kitchen table and began to design the company that would later become Reliv. Our goal was to create the perfect company dedicated to the personal integrity. And those standards have not changed over the 2 decades now in business. In fact, they've become the driving force of our success. Reliv is now a global company helping thousands of people every day to achieve better health and personal freedom. And through the Reliv Kalogris Foundation, we're providing essential nutrition to over 40,000 underprivileged children every day in countries throughout the world. By viewing this presentation, you've taken an exciting first step. I encourage you to continue to learn more about Reliv. And the more you learn, the more you'll discover what it is that makes our products, our business, and our people so special.
So that is Bob. And again, man with great integrity. And the reason why certain types of people are attracted to the Reliv business opportunity is because that integrity filters right down throughout the whole organization, even into the field. Now, to show his commitment to the distribution model that he chose, the company itself is a member of the Direct Selling Association, which is an external governing body that monitors companies that use our form of distribution to make sure they're operating ethically and to a code of conduct. We're also a part of the Council for Responsible Nutrition. Again, this is an industry watchdog, making sure that quality is being met and standards are being adhered to. We own our own manufacturing facilities and our own research and development. Literally, we own our processes, from the raw materials coming into the facilities to how they're quarantined, to check for no genetically modified stuff, all natural stuff. It all comes together. But they have to be. We have a certificate of analysis that our suppliers give us that state that what they're giving us is all quality, right through to how it's put in the quarantine, and the scientists have checked that certificate of analysis for it to be true. All of this, we own our own processes. Our manufacturing and our research and development departments are absolutely amazing, near pharmaceutical conditions. We're an international opportunity. We're in 16 countries at the moment on a global expansion, and we have over 25 years of success. You can see some of the accreditations that we have at the bottom, like the Cologne list. All of our products in Europe are on the Cologne list. That means athletes can be reassured that there's no banned substances in there, and it's all good for the athletes to take. And we've got a lot of athletes on the product as well, on the NASDAQ and so forth. So we've got a lot of accreditations to our name. So why the need for supplementation? Well, we are facing a health crisis. It's no surprise. It's all over the media. It's wherever we can see there's a growing health concern. Epidemic rates of devastating but often preventable diseases are caused by poor nutrition. 75% of us are falling short of nutritional requirements, which is massive if you think about it. That's 3/4 of the population are falling short. Yeah, heart disease is the #1 killer in the UK. 80% of cancer is dietary related. There is such a link now between obesity and diabetes that they've had to create a new word called diobesity, sorry. And so this is something that we cannot escape from. Guys, we cannot escape from the fact that we are in a health crisis. And so even the European Medical Association recommends a balanced daily supplement for good health. And so, guys, this is what we're talking about. We need to understand that we have to take ownership of our own health, because if we don't take ownership of it, who is? So what is the real difference? Well, bioavailability, synergism, optimum nutrient levels, these are all big words. All what bioavailability means is the best way that your body can readily absorb something. I mean, you've heard the phrase, you are what you eat. Well, there's a more accurate phrase which says you are what you absorb. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're eating food. If your body can't readily put it to work by absorbing it effectively, then your body can't utilize it. So bioavailability, we get 98% absorption of our product within the first 20 minutes. So that is absolutely massive. Synergism is how the product is put together. You see, the product is designed to give you nutrition in the way that the body was naturally designed to take nutrition, in a synergistic way, not the isolated nutrient. So it's not about the vitamin A or vitamin C individually, or vitamin D or zinc or magnesium and all these different isolated nutrients. It's about how things are working together to give you a compounded effect. And so the synergism is what allows our product to be patented, because it is unique. Optimum nutrient levels, these are basically, we've all heard of recommended daily allowances. These levels were set years ago to combat the likes of scurvy and rickets and all these kind of conditions. Well, today our bodies are dealing with a lot more than it used to have to deal with. And so it's not about the recommended daily allowance, because what is recommended for you may not necessarily be recommended for me, because we're different. And so we're dealing with optimum nutrient levels. Your body knows what it needs to take and what it needs to leave. It gets rid of the rest and then goes to work in an optimum way. And like I mentioned earlier on, guaranteed quality ingredients. Now, the science behind the product is down to this gentleman here. He's our Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Carl Hastings. He's a world-renowned food scientist in his own right. Very well respected within the industry. In fact, he's so well respected in the industry that not only are the company members of the Council for Responsible Nutrition, but they also asked Dr. Carl if he would sit as one of the board of directors. He's that well respected. Also, out of the 5,000 chief scientific officers in the US, Dr. Carl was voted in the top 10. So he keeps our products at the cutting edge, with cutting edge ingredients and clinically proven formulas. Just to put it into perspective for you, the US government are probably given about 14 or 15 patents on food formulas. After those food patents, really, there's a company, we own 9 of them, 8 of them are down to Dr. Carl. So that's just to show you where he sits within the industry. And our products come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, even though they last for 30 days. So you can finish a can. If you're not happy with it for whatever reason, you can get your money back. I don't know how many companies that will give you that kind of guarantee. And if our products did not work with that kind of guarantee, we wouldn't have lasted 26 years. So now let's meet Dr. Carl.
At Reliv, we believe that how we make our products is just as important as what goes into them. That's why we manufacture in near pharmaceutical conditions, setting the gold standard for the nutrition industry. It all starts with selecting the best ingredients based on the latest research from the most reputable suppliers. Once an ingredient arrives at Reliv, it must have a certificate of analysis documenting that it meets Reliv standards. We then conduct our own tests for quality and purity before releasing ingredients to be used in our formulas. When all ingredients are approved, products are prepared, checked, and rechecked to ensure absolute accuracy. During manufacturing, our team pulls random samples for additional quality checks. After production, we release the product only after a final round of testing. Finally, we ship the product immediately upon receipt of the order. Our families take these products. We wouldn't give them anything but the best. And that's the same way we feel about everyone who takes Reliv products around the world. When it says Reliv on the can, you can be sure you're giving your body the safest, most effective nutritional supplements available today.
So there you go, that's Dr. Carl. Now, imagine this, your health equals your genetics plus your lifestyle. But what if you could influence both of them? Well, this is exactly what Reliv has done in regards to the research that we have done. We are now leading the world in nutritional epigenetics. We are the world's first nutritional epigenetics company. So what is epigenetics? Well, basically, your genome acts as a dimmer for light, controlling all the genes that you use, what is turned on and what is turned off. And over the years, Reliv as a company, through the work of Dr. Galvez and other members of the team, we have pioneered in the area of, like I said, nutritional epigenetics, using nutrition instead of medication to be able to impact the body at that level. Lunison, which is the peptide which was discovered by Dr. Galvez over 16 years ago, is the first dietary ingredient to be shown to impact the body at that level. And so what we are talking about now is having the ability to now say, just because there's something going on in our family through the genes, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to manifest the same types of things if you make the right choices. And Lunison is allowing us to make those choices. The benefits of Lunison are like cholesterol management, inflammation reduction, antioxidant benefits like you can read here, immunity, improved immunity. But you know something, it's just touching the tip of the iceberg in regards to what Lunison can do. There's over 50 published studies and it's growing all the time. All of these research institutions are now coming back to Reliv to want to know why we're getting such results with Lunison. And now they are seeing that we have something special in our hands, even so much so that Dr. Galvez was the keynote speaker at the World Health Summit in Geneva last year. And he captivated an audience of the scientific community who were blown away by his research and wanted to know more. And this is the reality that we have as an opportunity with Reliv, because this is exclusive to Reliv. We have the global distribution rights for LunaRich, which is a Lunison-rich powder. And so what we're going to show you now is what exactly this LunaRich is all about.
This is the story of you. Who you are started with DNA inherited from your mum and dad. Your DNA makes up your genome, the genetic blueprint that makes you, you. Turns out there's a higher level of complexity called the epigenome. Here's how it works. As you go through life making choices, your epigenome adds genetic tags to your DNA. These tags act like a dimmer for lights, controlling which genes are used, when they are used, and how much they are used. Good lifestyle choices turn healthy genes on and unhealthy genes off. while bad choices do just the opposite.
Would you like fries with that?
With misplaced epigenetic tags leading to serious health problems. Think of it this way. Who you are is written in both pen and pencil. Things written in pen you can't change. That's DNA. But things written in pencil you can. That's epigenetics. So what if there was a simple way, proven way, to turn good genes on and bad genes off? And improve upon the genetic code your parents left to become your best possible you. And even pass on those healthy epigenetics to your kids. Meet Lunasin, the epigenetics superfood.
Lunasin is the first dietary ingredient identified to affect gene expression through an epigenetic mechanism of action. Now, Lunasin can come in, it can actually bind to the histones. And when it does that, then it allows the cellular machinery to recognize that it needs to turn on the gene. It has been shown to have numerous health benefits, and that includes immune response, even some antioxidant effects, inflammation, and general cellular health. LunaRich maximizes the amount of bioactive lunasin found in Relieve products. You can't control the DNA you have, but you can control the genes through lifestyle choices.
With Lunasin, you can take your health to a whole new level.
Guys, now you know why we're so excited about what's happening with Relive and Lunasin. Imagine being the person who could have predicted what was going to happen to the internet before it happened. Where would that have put you? Well, that's exactly where we are with Lunasin and in the wellness industry. We are the first nutritional epigenetics company on the planet. And so, guys, we're talking about essential nutrition here, complete range of nutrients in just 2 shakes a day. We're talking about vitamins, minerals, select herb, phytonutrient, which is just plant nutrients, and a lot more. So many people, when they supplement, are trying to guess the levels of nutrition they need to be taking with tablets and capsules and liquids, trying to guess, but really has taken the guesswork out of this. There's a reason why it took a world-renowned food scientist over 10 years and 850 separate trial formulations to come up with that right balance. And so if it took him that long, what kind of chance have we got going into Holland and Barrett or some other type of health store trying to work it out ourselves? It's just not going to happen. But guys, we don't have to. It's been done for us. Basic nutrition, the Now or the Classic. The only difference between the Now and the Classic is the Now has got a vanilla flavor with the LunaRich powder. The Classic is the plain flavor, which is like an almondy type flavor, which was the original formula developed by Dr. Theodore. Apart from that, they are the same product. They are like sister products. So it's nutrition made very, very simple. Now, we spoke about Lunasin, the peptide, but now we have in Europe LunaRich C, which is a concentrated version of Lunasin. 1 capsule of LunaRich C gives you the equivalent amount of Lunasin that you would get if you was going to eat 25 grams of soy protein. And so you can imagine the effect that we're having with this concentrated version of Lunasin. It really optimizes the levels of Lunasin, but it really aids to boost up the ingredients in the other products as well. And so having these capsules as part of your nutritional regime is going to turbo boost your nutritional diet plan, basically. And again, Lunasin is the most actively bioavailable way to get this amount of Lunasin into your body, because we in Relive know the mechanism of action. No other company does. And so we're in a very unique position with Relive. We also have a weight management program called Simplicity. It's a comprehensive lifestyle plan with cutting-edge ingredients. It's got nutrients for your body to thrive. It's elements to curb fat and promote lean muscle, speed up the metabolism without affecting the heart. It's got a lot of really good benefits. And what Dr. Carl did is he took the basic building blocks from the basic nutrition and he added these other elements in to create what is probably the most nutritious meal replacement shake on the market today. And so it's weight loss the safe and healthy way. So targeted solutions we have as well, which is about meeting your own needs, specific needs that is. It's enabling us to enjoy a more healthy, active lifestyle. But the biggest message I can give you is about prevention. Why wait for something to happen to then start trying to prevent it when you to fight it, sorry, when you can potentially prevent it from happening in the first place? Now, obviously, we can never guarantee by taking nutritional products that you'll never ever get sick, because our body's getting attacked every single day. But taking the right levels of nutrition is going to boost your immune system in such a way that it can drastically limit the way when these sicknesses and disease try to connect with you, how your body can relate to them through a very strong immune system. So it's patented, clinically proven formulas. We've got some for the kids, which has got slightly different balances because the kids need slightly different balances, especially with the omegas, which is the brain food. We've got Fiber Store, which has got over 10 grams of soluble and insoluble fiber in there. A lot of people, when they start talking about fiber, they understand about the insoluble fiber because it goes to work at the digestive tract, but they don't really understand the benefits of the soluble fiber. Soluble fiber is extremely important for liver function, to help to detox the bile and stuff out of your blood. It's really, really important that the soluble fiber in your diet. And the Energize by itself is a patented isotonic sports drink, but as part of the basic nutrition, it's the vehicle that hydrates the cells and it prepares your body for the nutrition that's in the classic or the now. So those are the products, and those are the suites of the products. But one of the things we like to do is we like to put the weight of evidence in front of people, because do these products work? We can talk about these products all day long, but do they actually work? Well, yes, they do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share a few health stories with you, and then we're going to move forward. I'm going to show you how you can use this as a vehicle to change your life, basically. Oops, let me start that back again. Sorry about that. Sorry about this, guys.
I'd been sick for 27 years, started with a compromised immune system that progressed into autoimmune disorders. And so when I started on Reliv, I couldn't walk without help. I couldn't talk properly. My hair was falling out. I was having heart palpitations, had no feeling in my hands or down my right side, and everything I did hurt. It felt like muscle tearing from the bone.
I spent 20 years in the Air Force. I was a helicopter flight mechanic. And during that time, I made 2 trips to Vietnam. And I brought back Agent Orange cluster headaches. They were diagnosed by the VA. They gave me pills to tell me to go away. And I've done that for 30 years.
My diabetes was very poorly controlled, so I was on insulin pump, which is basically a device that goes into my stomach via cannula. I have tried many remedies, as I also suffer from negative thyroid and a couple of other health problems. I've tried Chinese herbs, acupuncture, but never actually found any. About 6 months ago, a friend of mine introduced me to Reliv, and within 2 days of taking the product, I noticed a significant change in my blood sugars. It stabilized, and a week later, the fatigue issues that I was struggling with wavered, and they were gone. That encouraged us to join the business as we were over the moon with my health results. So for me, I'm always grateful to Reliv, and it's given me a new peace of mind.
I was taking all kind of medication, antidepressant, sleeping pills, anti-inflammatories. I was not doing well. The doctors didn't know what to do with me. I started on this nutrition, and in February 2010, it was very progressive. But today, I got my health back. I have my skin is 98% symptom-free of psoriasis and eczema. I got my hearing back on my right ear. I don't have any more headaches. I feel great. So
within 3 months of these products, I had help with headaches, I had help with the digestive issues, the air
purifier anymore. Haven't used it in 8 years. I have 4 children today. Had one 6 months ago, and you could not take these products.
The doctor said there was nothing they could do for me, and that I'd be in a wheelchair by the time I was 45 to 50 and bedridden at some point. I started on Relive. I had no hope to ever have a quality of life again, and in 3 months, I was pain-free for the first time in 17 years. I had no memory of what it felt like to have a pain-free day, and I was healthier than I'd been in 27 years. And I even lost 40 pounds with the help of Simplicity. So I love my Relive shakes, and I can never be without them.
9.5 years ago, Relive came into our lives. So I said, okay, lady, I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to give you 4 months and try what I want to do. So in that first 4 months, I did have 4 more headaches, but they weren't as bad as they were for 30 years. Now I've been on the products 9.5 years, and I ain't had a headache in like 8.5 years. It's pretty awesome.
There you go, guys. So the products do work. And so if the products work, first of all, before I move on, one of the things that we say is we don't say that these products will prevent or cure any or diagnose any specific condition. That's not what we're saying. But what we do say is if you give your body the right level of nutrition, your body through its own physiology does have the ability to fix itself. So if we have products like this that work, and if we are the only epigenetics nutritional epigenetics company on the planet today, and everybody needs our products because we're doing stuff nutritionally that sometimes some of the pharmaceutical companies are not even doing synthetically. So if we have got that in our hands, that means we have a massive business opportunity. And so what I'm going to show you now is what can happen to somebody who chooses to use the vehicle of Relive to take back their finances. Because guys, what we are talking about here is what we're talking about here is the wellness industry. The wellness industry is already hit £1 trillion. It's a massive industry. We are also talking about direct sales as well. Now, if we look at wellness for a second, wellness is not just people who are sick trying to get better. The wellness industry also incorporates people who are healthy and they're trying to stay that way. If you think about it, in the last, say, 10 years, how many gyms and healthy living programs and Chinese medicine, holistic living, how many of those things have you seen spring up over the years? It's simply because of the growth of the wellness industry. And direct sales, whether or not you understand it or not, you've probably already, in some way, shape, or form, in some capacity, been involved in the direct selling industry. Because if you've ever recommended a good book, movie, or restaurant to anybody, you've been involved in the industry already. The only difference is you didn't get paid. But if you can get involved with a very, very strong company within these two growing industries, then you can maximize what you're doing. And that's why we strongly believe it is the answer for what people are looking for today. Not just better health, but also better finances as well. Now, over the years, the leaders in Relive have understood what works and what does not work, and they've come up with a system of doing this business, a systematic way of doing this business. Guys, you are in business for yourself, but you are not by yourself. And that is a very strong thing to understand, because if you try to do this business by yourself, you will fail, because it is not designed for you to do by yourself. It's designed for you to do with a lot of help and support. It's a proven business model. It's not something that we hope works. It's something that we know works. It is proven. There's an established path to your success. How many of you on this webinar tonight would go on a journey and you do not know where you're going, but you would at least have with you at least a sat nav, a map, or at least a compass, because you want to know that you are going to reach your destination and you're not going to get lost? Well, that's exactly what we have with the Relive system. It's a systematic way of doing this business. And so just as long as you can follow this systematic way and stay on the path, you will be successful. Because if you veer away from the path, you cannot complain when you're not successful, because the path has been established for you. We truly believe this is a business that anybody can do. The only limitations is you need to be 18 years old to come into this business. But we have people in the business who are 18. We have people in the business who are 98, and everything in between. My personal mentors in this business, 79 years old, making between 50 and 70,000 on a monthly basis. So age is no restriction here. Gender is no restriction. Nobody's going to pay you any less because you're a woman or any more because I'm a man. Skin color is irrelevant. Social background, educational levels, these are all irrelevant. The only qualities you need to be successful in this business is number one, you need to have a very strong passion for helping other people. Number two, you have to have a strong desire for changing your own financial situation. Number three, you have to have a good work ethic. And number four, you need to be teachable, because everything that you need to learn or need to know, you're going to be taught. So if you're not teachable, you will not allow yourself to progress in this business. But just as long as you've got those four key qualities, then there's absolutely nothing stopping you from building this business. So let me show you how we get paid. There's 5 different ways in which we get paid, and I'm going to go through the first one, which is known as retail profit. Now, we understand about retail profit because we go into shops every single day. The shop owner bought their product at a wholesale price, put their retail markup on it, sold it to us, made their money. Well, in the same way, anybody can come on board this business anywhere between 20 and 40%. It is completely up to the individual where they come on board. Now, if I said to you, I will pay you £20 an hour, or for the same work and effort, I will pay you £40 an hour, I'm sure the majority of people on this webinar are going to choose £40, because most people want to get paid the most amount of money for their time commitment. So again, what I'm going to do just for the sake of this presentation is I'm going to deal with things from the 40% level, because I want to show you how you maximize what you're doing. So here you are, 40% level. Let's say you share £100 worth of product, with a friend, neighbor, or relative. Now, you're not limited to these people. You can share it with whoever you want to share it with. But if these products are as good as we say they are, it's only natural to want to share it with people that you love and care about. Just think about it. If you had somebody in your family or a friend and they were suffering from diabetes, and you just heard Raula's story about diabetes, it's only natural to want to share it with them. In fact, if you didn't want to share it with them, I'd actually question your character, because most people want to share good news. So you share £100 worth of product with either one of those guys at the 40% level, you're going to make £40 profit straight away. Notice what I said here. I said share the product. I didn't say sell the product. Now, I'm not playing around with words. Obviously, I'm very aware that when somebody when products are moving from person A to person B, it's being sold. But the reality is we are sharing information on a daily basis. Just to draw you back to the little example I gave you earlier on, how many of you on this webinar at some point in your life have recommended a good book, a good movie, or a good restaurant to anybody? I'm sure that most of us on this webinar have done that, yeah? But when you did that, you did not get paid, but somebody got paid. So the only difference between that and this is when you share information about Reliv and it's based on a personal experience, and then somebody decides to buy the product, then you get paid. That means everybody is a potential customer. Just as long as you can fog a mirror, you need these products. In other words, if you're alive. Yeah, so that's the first way we get paid. Second way we get paid is called wholesale profit. Now, what's going to happen, some of these people that you've been helping on the product, some of them are going to stay on the product because they're getting excellent results, but they have no interest in the business whatsoever. It's just not for them. Yeah, but it's still a good result because they're on the products and they're getting impacted in their health. But there's going to be other people who are going to want to join you in the business because, number one, they have a passion for helping people, and number two, they have a strong desire for changing their finances. Now, not everybody's going to join you at the 40% level because that is known as master affiliate. It's a business commitment. Not everybody sees the business reason to commit at that level straight away, even though many people do that, because the reality is, from a business point of view, that is the best place to come on board. But not everybody does. So let's say they come on board at the 25% level, which is known as fast start. They share £100 worth of product. They're going to get £25. But the company always gives out 40% on everything that goes out the door. So the company understands, here you are at the 40% level. Your new business partner is here at the 25% level. There is a 15% difference between the two of you. So that 15% is going to go to you. You see, it's always the difference between where you are and your business partners. You see, they chose at what level to come on board the business, but the company always gives out 40%. So now what's going to happen is your new business partner is going to want to get from 25% to 40% as quickly as they can. Now, this is where the Reliv system comes into play. And the easiest way to help you to understand the Reliv system is to give you a quick analogy. You imagine I'm standing in front of a minefield. I'm following somebody that hasn't blown up. Just as long as I don't hear bang, I know that I'm safe. And then I say to you, I'm going to take you through this minefield. So when I say left, you go left. And when I say right, you go right. If you follow what I'm saying to you, then both me and you, we're going to get through this thing together. If you decide to do your own thing, maybe you don't want to be mentored by me, maybe you don't want to listen to me, you're one of those stubborn people trying to do it yourself, you're going to try and do it yourself. But eventually, I'm going to hear bang, because you do not know where the mines are and you're going to step on one. That's the easiest way I can help you to understand the Realist system. The Realist system has got 7 elements to it, and each element is designed to make you money. So what you're going to do is you're going to start mentoring your new business partner into that Realist system. And the only reason why you can mentor them is because you would have been mentored yourself. But then what happens is they start getting more customers. They also start getting more business partners because they're sponsoring more, and sponsoring increases volumes, and volumes increase profit. So they start climbing up the various profit levels until they get to 40%. Now, once they're at 40%, they're at the same profit level as you. Now, 40 minus 40 is 0. So there's no more wholesale profit for you. But that's not actually negative, it's actually positive. You actually want to mentor your new business partner so you're no longer getting their wholesale profit. Because once you've done that, you've created someone who's happy at the top profit level, so they're going to continue to build their business because they're making money. But then as they continue to build their business, this opens up a third avenue of income for you. And this is the avenue of income that you want to create, because this is the avenue of income that you can will onto your children, they can will onto their children. This is the income that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. This is a legacy income. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Here you are again at the top profit level. Let's say the person who you mentored into the business was called Susan. Now, the reality of Susan being at the top profit level would be Susan and her group doing about £2,000 worth of business. Notice what I said here. I said Susan and her group. I didn't say Susan by herself. So let me show you where that £2,000 is coming from. Any personal purchases that Susan does, any customers that Susan has, and any distributors that Susan has who are not already at the top profit level, yeah, and any of their customers and distributors, all of that activity adds up to the £2,000. So as you can imagine, with a small group of people working, £2,000 is not a big figure to hit. But the company understands that Susan would not have got there without you. They also understand that you're going to continue to work with Susan. So after company profits, they're going to pay you 8% of that, which is £160 residual reoccurring income. Susan goes away and speaks to Jim over in America, gets excellent results on the product, goes through to a few meetings, decides he wants to build his business as well, gets to that top profit level, £2,000 going through Jim's organization in the US. The company's now going to give you 6% of that, which is £120. Jim goes away, speaks to Wendy. Wendy's over in Australia. Again, the system is in Australia. Guys, I want you to understand the power of a system. And the easiest analogy, again, to give you to understand that is McDonald's. McDonald's is one of the largest corporations on the planet. But the average age of the person who runs McDonald's is about 18 years old. How can 18-year-olds run one of the largest corporates on the planet? It's because McDonald's has a system. Anywhere in the world you go to McDonald's, you're going to see the same thing. The Big Mac's going to get cooked the same way. The large fries, the apple pie, the golden arches. Ronald McDonald is going to be there. Yeah, all the salt the burgers, flip the burgers, all the stuff that people do as crew members, you're going to see that wherever they are. That means you could take somebody from the UK, you could bring them over to Singapore, and they could work a shift in McDonald's because they know exactly what they're doing. And that's exactly what Wendy does in Australia. She plugs into the system over in Australia. £2,000 going through Wendy's organization in the UK, you're going to get 4% of that, which is £80. Maria in Mexico, 3%, £60. And finally, Bill. Bill may be in London. But what's happened now, from the comfort of your home, your business has gone international. It's traveled all around the world, and it's come right back home. And the company is now going to give you 2% of that, which is £40. Now, just for you mentoring one person, that person going away mentoring their own person, going down 5 levels, guys, you've just created a residual income of £480. Yeah. Now, sorry, £460. Sorry. Now, £460 is not a retirement income, but what it is, guys, is a residual income. What most people earn is called a linear income. In other words, you trade your time for somebody else's money. You see, it doesn't matter whether or not you're a doctor, a lawyer, a consultant, an accountant, or whether or not you're just stacking shelves in your local supermarket. If you're trading your time for somebody else's money, that's a linear income. And the biggest problem with that income is if you can't trade that time no more, that money doesn't come in no more. Yeah. A residual income is the most powerful form of income that you can create, because you can build a business to a level where even if you could not trade the time no more, that money would still come in. So if you could create £460 by mentoring one person and you wanted to create more money for yourself, then obviously the logical thing you're going to do is go away and mentor some more people. So let me show you the power of multiplication. So here you are again. Yeah, instead of just mentoring one person, now you mentor 3, and you're not limited to 3. You can mentor as many people as you like. Yeah, we're just dealing with 3 for the sake of this presentation. Now, instead of just £2,000 going for your organization, now you got 6,000. The company's still going to give you 8% of that, but now that's £480. Now, because you plugged into the Relift system, you found 3 leaders. Now, notice what I said here. I didn't say recruit 3 people. I said you found 3 leaders. For you to find 3 leaders, you may have to recruit 10 people, 20 people, 30 people. I don't know. It all depends on how quickly you find those leaders. But what we're looking for is leadership. Yeah, we're looking for people who are serious about changing their situations to come alongside to help them as facilitators to do that. So you found 3 leaders, and because they plugged into the Relift system, it's fair assumption to say that eventually at some point they're going to find their own 3 leaders. So that means on your second level now, you got 9 people. But now 18,000 is going for your organization. At 6% of that is £1,080. Already you're over £1,500 a month. Yeah. But what I'm showing you here is a realistic 5-year plan. Like I said, this is not some kind of get-rich-quick scheme. This is a business that if you build it correctly, it will pay you for the rest of your life, but you have to build it. Because let's say it took you 1 year to find 3 serious people that want to change their life. And I'm not saying it's going to take you that long. I'm just saying, let's say it does. Because you'll show this to some people, they'll tell you they're excited, they'll tell you they're serious, they get all excited when they see how much money they can make. They'll even join you in the business. But when the reality of what they need to do hits them, they don't do anything. But then you show it to some other people who are at the stage of life where they're just sick and tired of always being sick and tired. They say, listen, I'm ready to do this, but I don't know what I'm doing. Show me what to do, where to do it, when, how to do it. I'm not going to give you any excuses. I'm just going to get some things done. I tell you now, guys, those people make a lot of money with Relift. So if it took you 1 year to find 3 serious people like that, and it took them 1 year to find their own 3 serious people, going down 5 years here, you would have 243 people in your team at the top profit level building a business. But let me take you through this process for a second. On your 3rd level, 27 people. But now, 54,000 is going for your organization. 4% of that, £2,160. 4th level, 81 people. How many of you on this webinar could physically mentor and train 81 people by yourself? I know I couldn't. That's just too much work. But how many of you could mentor 3 people? Well, think about it. If you could mentor 3 people, it would be pretty arrogant of you to think that you could mentor those 3 people, but those 3 people using the same system you're using to mentor them couldn't mentor their own 3 people. Well, for that reason alone, you got 81 people in your business. But now look, 162,000 is going for your organization. At 3% of that, £4,860. 5th level, not only would you have 243 people in your team, not only would your business be producing 486,000 on that level alone, and the company be giving you 2% of that, which is £9,720. But if these figures are if these products are as good as we say they are, how many families and individuals do you think you're impacting in a positive way when you got that much product going for your organization? Guys, indirectly, you're helping thousands of people. Thousands. This is more than just you making money from home. It's like a ripple effect. You do not know where it's going to go. It's going to travel all over the place. I've got a lady in the organization. She's probably even on the webinar tonight. Her brother got impacted in an amazing way because of these products. He attributed it to helping him coming out of a coma. I did not know that lady when I started the business. I didn't know her brother, and yet she's been impacted, and so has he. So think about this. Your business is far more greater than you making money and sticking it in your pocket. You're going to impact families you haven't even met yet. But these figures here don't replace each other. They're actually cumulative. So within a 5-year period, there is a potential monthly income here of £18,300 on a monthly basis. Now, that's normally when people start getting divided. Some people go, yeah, right. Other people start possibility thinking. Why most people think that that's an impossibility is because, unfortunately, most people have been conditioned to fail. What I mean by that is we've been schooled from a very early age that you go to school, you get a good education, you get a good job with benefits. You work the job till you're 65, you retire, and then you get your pension. So if you tell anybody who's got that kind of mindset about 18,000 on a monthly basis, they're not going to believe you. To them, that's a yearly salary. Yeah. But you know something, we need to have a paradigm shift in the way that we think in our minds, because if we do not think differently, we will not get different results. You are where you are today because your mindset has got you there. If you want to get to a different destination, then you have to train your mind to think differently. Yeah, so just because you've never achieved it doesn't mean it's impossible. What the mind can achieve, what the mind can perceive, the mind will achieve. It is a very important concept to understand. So guys, really understand what your mindset is doing for your future prosperity. But even if 50% of this activity did not work, you are still looking at over £9,000 a month in 5 years' time. Even if 75% of it didn't work, you're still looking at over £4,000 a month in 5 years' time. So the question is, what is it that you're doing right now that has a potential to pay you a worst case scenario of £4,000 a month on a monthly basis residually in 5 years' time? Think about it for a second. Yeah, that's only the third way we get paid. Fourth way we get paid is called cash bonuses and trips. Now, I'm sure that many people on this webinar tonight like traveling, and I'm sure that you'd like it even more if you didn't have to pay for it. And so, guys, the company are very big on sending people around international travel. I know people have been on 40+ trips with this company. One lady I know been on 90 trips with this company. When they send you away, they do send you away 5-star. My wife and myself, we've had the privilege of going away on international travel with the company as well. So I can tell you from first-hand experience, they treat you extremely well. Yeah. Also cash bonuses as well. My second month in this business, I had a cash bonus of £300. I have a lady in my organization in her 4th month in the business. She had a cash bonus of £2,000. I have another lady in her 2nd month in the business, cash bonus of £1,000. 3rd month, cash bonus of £2,000. This same lady told me when I first told about the business, how can she do this? Because English was not her first language. But in November of 2012, she got #1 in Europe, a cash bonus of £4,000. And this is not limited to women. I've got a gentleman in my organization called Samuel. In his 2nd month in this business, he had a cash bonus of £2,000. The reason why I mentioned that to you guys is because that month, they were the ones getting the cash bonus, not me. So this is not somebody at the top making all the money while someone at the bottom is doing all the work. This is the person who's the most productive is going to make the most amount of money. And isn't that how it should be? That is the most fairest structure to have. But where it gets really interesting though, is this star director bonus here. Because what the company say is when you've mentored 3 people to this top profit level, that 8% will turn to 9%, the 6 will turn to 7, 4 to 5, 3 to 4, and 2 to 3. Then they say when you've mentored 6 people to the top profit level, they're going to add another percentage going all the way down. And finally, when you've mentored 10 people to the top profit level, they're going to add another percentage going all the way down. Now I want you to look at this figure here, £9,720. How much do you think that figure will change when instead of you getting 2% of 486,000, you're now getting 5%. Guys, that turns to £24,300. You could literally triple your income just on the Star Director Bonus Program by itself. Final way we get paid is called the Ambassador Program. Now, the reason why the company came up with the Ambassador Program was because people were building checks to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50+ thousand a month. And the company didn't want people to retire simply because of the levels of income they were making. But they wanted those people to stick around to raise up the upcoming distributors. So they came up with the Ambassador Program. So any one of those countries where there are distributors that need to be mentored and trained, the company will fly you out to that country, pay for you to do the training, pay for your flight, your accommodation, all your expenses, and they will fly you back home. You see, they understand that you have the ability to do it because you've done it. So they want to pay you for your knowledge. There's more recognition, more cash bonuses. You're in a global profit pool at this point. There is a car allowance program, a jewelry program incorporating Rolex watches and rings and bracelets and all kinds of nice stuff like that. Health insurance program is quite a lucrative program in itself. But what I really want you guys to understand is this company truly believe in a principle known as sowing and reaping. They understand if they invest in individuals' lives, not only are those individuals going to grow, but the company overall is going to continue to prosper as well. So they will pay you for your knowledge. Now, this is the second to last slide. But before I talk about this slide, as we did with the health stories, we're going to see, do people make money with Relive? So we're going to share some business stories now, and then I'm going to wind up.
Mother of four, and hairdressing. After having great results on this product, I decided to join the business. I attended a meeting just like what we have now, and I had a lot of stories, so I was really intrigued. I joined the business at the top profits level. I began working faithfully with my upline. I've been sharing this product with many of my customers, and now I regularly make money every month. And as a result of working with my upline, I saw how I'll put the effort into it. So last year I was invited to come to, I went to Miami, the company paid for me to go to Miami, Costa Rica. We also went to the conference in Paris, and I'm really, really excited. So I'll always build this business.
Hi, my name is Nadia. Right now I'm 34 years old and I love to be in Relive. I want to share what Relive does in our life. We had a lot of tremendous trouble with the healthy area in our family, and Relive really helped us with great results. And that's the reason why I couldn't stop talking about that stuff. It was like little butterflies in my belly. I had to talk about that. First of all, I only reserved half an hour a day because we have 2 children. And well, I thought, let's give it a chance. After 1 year roundabout, I earned 1,500 euros with Relive. And that's the point where my husband was getting very excited and very interested in what I'm doing the whole day.
We decided to give Relive a chance in our life to work together as a family project. And you know, when you're working together, it's much more fun and it's better. So 5 more months doing together the business, not full time. We still had our boys. I still have my own small business. We reached a level which allowed us to live only from what Relive was paying us. So this is 2.5 years ago now. Now it means for us we have a very good lifestyle. There's enough money left at the end of the month that sometimes we can save more money than before we were earning. So this is something very special for me as a man of numbers and the family dad too. We can do it together. We can homeschool our boy because we have the time freedom too. Yeah, and we love what we are doing. It touches you when you reach people and you help people financially in a health way to live better. This is something we enjoy.
What's the highest level? What's the highest form of income today?
We had several months with more than 9,000 euros. So in Austria, this is a good money.
Hi, my name is Farid Mohammed from Coventry. I'm father of 2. My profession is a technician. I joined Relive about 17 months ago. The reason why I joined because of my health. After I got good results from the health, I decided to do on the high profit level of the business. So now my business is international, and my highest income with this company is over £4,600, including bonuses. And we won a lot of holidays, local and international. For that reason, I continue to do Relive business.
In our 3rd month, we had 60 customers and 54 distributors, and 9 of them made the decision to join Relive as real business partners on the master affiliate level. So after 3 months in the business, my dream came true. We won a Caribbean cruise. I didn't know the company at that time, and I met all the nice people on the cruise ship, and also one couple from our distributors joined us on that cruise. And in our first year, we had an income over 40,000 euros. And after 1 year, we hit the level ambassador.
And the highest month was 11,000 euro.
Hi everybody, my name is Susan, and 5 years ago, somebody introduced me to Relive. I was very, very excited when this happened because I was a full-time university student, a single mom, I've got 6 children, and I had a part-time job and I couldn't make ends meet. So I started doing my business very, very part-time initially, just 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday. I used the system to build my business. I went to the meetings, I did all the things that my sponsor told me that I needed to do. And within 3 months, I'd made over £3,000, which was quite shocking to me, but very, very exciting. I continued to build my business 2 hours a day, every day. I continued this for over 2 years, and my income increased significantly. I won bonuses, I won holidays, my income went to over £1,500 a month. And then by my third year in the business, my income went to £3,500 a month. And I became totally full-time in the business. Today, 5 years later, I'm still here. I'm an ambassador with the company now and helping other people to do exactly what I've done. And my highest income to date so far is just over £6,500. I love this business.
And I am living in Ireland at the moment. Actually, this is my very first conference to be at this time of the year. I'm normally down in New Zealand for the summer. So I'm very happy to be here today. I was introduced to Relif just on 20 years ago. This is my 20th year. I got phenomenal results on the product. Wasn't interested in the business. I had no knowledge of this product marketing, network marketing, and I had no degrees in any type of marketing at all. All I knew was that I had a product that worked, and I wanted to share it with people and help the people. At that time also, there always seemed to be more wants than money. I was averaging in my income $2,000 a month. So in my first month in Relif, when I had an extra $600 in my pocket, I was very excited about that. Every single month after that, my income grew. So after 2.5 years of replacing my income, I resigned from my full-time pensioner job with the post office. And I had so much fun after that, sharing Relif with people, and the following 3 years, I built my income to $9,000 a month.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm a student by profession. I'm not a profession. Before we leave, we try to get better income, to be honest, and can be like a great support in people's business because our placement actually working with the business and we receive the bonus, the 250 bonus. Following on the next month, after understanding the business more and assisted working with my we developed the business and we developed a key director. We earned almost 2,000 including bonus. This was in our second month. We also won a regular holiday to Paris, which is amazing. And we continued on. We developed again the business to a level called senior director. Within just a few months, again we won a couple of holidays. Within a year of just working in this business, we developed to a level called master director. Our highest monthly business to pay is £5,000, which is amazing. When you receive it, then keep developing to the ambassador level soon.
There you go, guys. People are making money. And so I'm going to wind up now, but this is a very personal slide to you guys. It says experiencing life on your own terms. Now, only you know whether or not you're experiencing life on your own terms or not. I know at least if you're working a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, you're experiencing your life on somebody else's terms because they're telling you when to go, when to come in, how much money they're going to pay you, how many holidays you can take, and all of that. So if you're working for somebody, you're not experiencing life on your own terms. I know when I finished university and it was all about we're going to get the perfect job, and my first job out of uni paid me £12,000 a year in a call center. That was not living my life on my own terms. But you know something? We go through what we need to go through to get things done, and we go through our own personal processes. But a lot of times people settle for good instead of experiencing the best. Why? Because life gets in the way. Many of us have had goals and dreams that we wanted to achieve, and if you talk to any child and ask them what they want to achieve when they grow up, they're going to say something like brain surgeon or astronaut or some kind of, I don't know, rally car driver, Formula One driver, something fantastic. But then what happens to that child as they're growing up in life? Life gets in the way. Life tends to beat us up. Life tends to kick us to the left and kick us to the right. We get surrounded by negative people who try to zap our energy, zap our strength. We start living in other people's arguments, believing other people's opinions of ourselves instead of understanding that we have the potential for greatness in us. And what we do is we settle for just good. So you say to the average person, what do you do? And then I've got a good job. I mean, what does that mean? It means that you'll do just enough to get paid, and they will pay you just enough that you'll come back. I mean, obviously, not everybody's like that. Some people may really have a really good job that they get a lot of satisfaction from. But the reality is, no matter how much satisfaction you get from your job, you will never own it. Yeah, and so that is not experiencing life on your own terms. Most people are just in the stage where the worst time of the week for them is a Monday afternoon, best time of the week for them is a Friday afternoon, and the most depressing time of the week for them is a Sunday evening because they got work on Monday morning. They reckon that most of the heart attacks happen on a Monday morning when people are on their way to work. See, this is not how life is supposed to be. Life is very short in the context of eternity, so we need to maximize what we are doing while we're here. Because you are a sum total of your choices. You are where you are today because of the choices that you made up until this point. Wherever you're going to be 5 years from now, it's going to be because of the choices that you make from this point. And there are literally three types of people. Oops, let me go back. There are three types of people that will see the presentation like this. First type of person says, well, the products sound really good, but the business is just not for me. And if it's that where you're at, that's absolutely fine, because everybody does have the right to make that choice. But I'm sure that most people would agree with me when I say most people either want to look younger, live longer, or be healthier. So the products are very relevant. I mean, worst case scenario, you get your money back because of the 30-day money back guarantee. Best case scenario, you take something that's going to impact your life. Or you may be thinking about 4 or 5 people you know need these products. Well, you can come on board as a distributor. You can get enough for about 4 people. Take a set yourself, which is important. You need to be a product of the product. And then you can share the other 3 and start making a bit of money. Or you came on board this webinar, you didn't know what to expect. Somebody invited you on the webinar, said, check out the information, tell me what you think. And you've seen something and you can say, wait a minute, I can see how this can do something significant in my life. I'm ready to do something. I'm ready to work. I've got a good work ethic. I can follow simple instructions. I'm sick and tired of always being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of not maximizing my life, and I want to do something significant. And you want to maximize your income for your time commitment. Well, if that is where you're at, without a shadow of a doubt, you need to look at Master Affiliate, because you open up all 5 avenues of income for yourself. All the international travel, all the cash bonuses, they are only available to somebody once they're at that top profit level. But any decision to join Relive is a good one. So what I'm going to do now in the last couple of minutes is I'm going to share with you what it takes to come on board the business, and then you can get back to the person who invited you to this webinar, and then you can tell them where you see yourself coming on board. Because there are literally 3 entry points into this business: a top level, a middle level, and a bottom level. And so let me go through each one of them in turn. The top level, like I said, is known as Master Affiliate. That's where you're at the top profit level, 40%. You can either build to Master Affiliate, or you can invest straight away at the Master Affiliate. Whichever way you do it, your focus should be to get there as quickly as you can. But if you wanted to invest at the Master Affiliate level, it is a business investment, and that business investment is £2,795. Most people who come on board at that level, they're going to stick it on some kind of vehicle like a Visa or MasterCard or some kind of business loan of some sort. Now, normally when you mention that to people who are not used to doing business, the first thing that pops into the head is, uh-oh, debt. And the reason why most people think that way is because, unfortunately, most people have been conditioned to get into debt using credit. So if you look and see what the average person spends their credit on, you'll see cars, computer equipment, holidays, kitchen, all these things are designed to lose you money. The only people that are winning in those scenarios are the car companies because of compounded interest. But there is a massive difference between a good debt and a bad debt. So let me show you what I mean. Let me show you, let's say you bought a house for £180,000. Effectively, you put yourself in £180,000 worth of debt over 25 years because of your mortgage. Yeah. But if you sold that house 2 years down the line and you sold it for $240,000, you would have actually made £60,000 on a £180,000 debt. That means that was a good debt. Let's say you bought a BMW for $17,000, try and sell it 2 years down the line. You'd be lucky if you get £9 for it. I mean, cars are bad debts all day long. Cars are not investments. Cars are liabilities. If to use credit, make sure the credit makes you money and not loses you money. The reason why the Master Affiliate Order is classed as a good debt is because built into that Master Affiliate Order is a retail profit of £1,278. That means that's a good debt. That's money you're going to make on top of your investment. The reason why it's more fluid to stick it on a card is because most of these card companies are going to give you an interest-free period of anywhere between 12 to 15 months before they charge you anything at all. They're also going to give you a gardening period, which is basically just a period of time before you have to make your first payment, which is 30 to 60 days. So if somebody is serious, and I would only encourage somebody to do this if they were serious. This is not for somebody who thinks that the products are going to grow legs and walk out their house by themselves. This is for somebody who recognizes they have to work. They're going to build their business, but they want to position themselves in the strongest position to do that. Build a lot of momentum, follow a simple system, and eventually do a lot of travel, have a lot of fun, and make a lot of money. It's for that person. Yeah, this is not for the get rich quick kind of person. Yeah, but we would work with you to a 8-week plan, because in 8 weeks you could be in a position where you've paid off this money, made your profit, even before you've had to make your first payment because of the 30 to 60 days. So all you really did do is use somebody else's money to get you where you needed to be, which is what business people do all the time. Yeah, but even if it took longer than the 8 weeks, your business would still always pay for itself, because those same card companies say that the minimum monthly payment is anywhere between 2.5 to 3% of the outstanding balance. Yeah, so on the Master Affiliate order, that's £84 a month. But everybody who starts on our product starts on the same basic nutrition, classic or now, with the Energize. Retail delivered to your door, £64. So that means when you got your first 2 customers, that's £128, which is more than the £84 that you'd have to pay back. So if you were going to be a serious business builder, you would always have more than 2 customers. So your business would always pay for itself. Yeah. From a momentum point of view, the reason why it makes more sense is because, like I said, go back a little bit. The companies don't leave it like that. The company also insures your investment for a whole year. So they say within 12 months, if anybody wants to leave the business for whatever reason, the company will actually buy back your investment at 90% on any unopened product. The 10% is just the restocking fee. So there's a very minimum risk even on that level. But like I said, we work as a team. So the momentum is what's important. And so we're going to be talking to people with you, for you. You're going to be using tools like this webinar. You're going to be using like other tools like the Tuesday meetings and one-on-ones, two-on-ones. We're going to be doing a lot of work together. Some of these people are going to join you in the business straight away. Some of these people are going to buy product from you straight away. Other people are going to go away and do their research and do due diligence. And other people are going to turn around to you and say, it's not for me. But let's say in your second month in the business, because all of the activity we've been doing, let's say 4 people decide to join you at the Master Affiliate level as well. Well, basically, because of the level of volume going through your organization in your second month alone, the company will potentially kick over a bonus check to you of anywhere between £500 to £2,000. That is only available to you at the top profit level. And that's why I said you're maximizing what you're doing for your time commitment when you do that. Now, everybody comes on board at that level. So let's say they come on board at the fast start level. This is where you're at the 25% profit level. It's anywhere between £195 to £200, depending on what option you choose. You get enough product, like I said, for about 4 people, and you still get the 90% buyback for 12 months. Think about it. 4 sets of product, and if you cannot move those 4 sets of product within a whole year with all the support that you're getting, the company will just buy it back. It's a no-brainer. You'll never be in a position that you're stuck with product that you can't sell. We'll still work with you to the same 8-week plan, but now the difference is to get you from 25% to 40% within 8 weeks. Because like I said, you're not maximizing what you're doing until you're at the Master Affiliate level, but also we want to establish a very strong business story for you, so that when your friends and family say to you, well, what did you do and how quickly did you do it, you've got something strong to say to them. Yeah. And then the final entry point into the business is where you're a normal distributor. Now, from a business point of view, is this the smartest move to make? I personally don't think it is. The reason being, you don't get any product with this. You just get your distributor kit signed up into the system, and you get the 20% profit level, and it is £28. But if you're going to be this business builder, you're going to have to be a product of the product. So you're going to have to buy product. So if you came on board at that level, and then you wanted to get to the next level up of 25%, you'd have to do £350 worth of business volume in 1 calendar month, which would move you to the 25% level. But the thing is, if you came on board as a fast start, you'd already be at the 25% level for between £195 to £200. So you're literally saving yourself over £100 by coming on board as a fast start rather than coming on board at the bottom. And that's why I said, from a business point of view, not the smartest move to make, but this is an entry point into the business. So guys, there you have it. This is what we are talking about, guys. We are talking about a business opportunity that has the ability to really change your life. It has the ability to really impact your life in a positive way. Yeah, we are talking about a company that literally has been impacting people for 26 years, and you can be part of that. And so guys, where are you today? What is it that you see is the benefit for you? Potentially, guys, you can go out and you can help a lot of people, potentially. It's all down to you. It's where you see yourself and what you want to achieve. But guys, get back to the person who invited you on this webinar. You can tell them where you see yourself moving forward, if anywhere. Because you know something, any decision to join Relive is a good one. Literally, any decision to join Relive is a good one. So if you've got questions, the person that invited you on the call can help you to really understand how to move forward. But guys, it's been my pleasure. I love sharing with people. I love sharing what is happening with this company. And so guys, go out there and change as many lives as you can. And the only thing left for me to say, guys, is welcome to Relive International. Take care and have a blessed night. Take care.